The Dallas Cowboys just made a move that nobody saw coming, and when you hear what they did, you're going to understand why Cowboys Nation is absolutely losing their minds right now. Stop whatever you're doing. Because in the last 48 hours, the Dallas Cowboys front office has just made 4 roster decisions that are sending shockwaves across the entire NFL. We're talking about a team that already lost Micah Parsons, already lost DeMarcus Lawrence, already said goodbye to Osa Odighizuwa, and now they're cutting more star players. Some of these names are going to shock you. Some of them are going to make you angry. And one of them might actually be the smartest move Jerry Jones has ever made. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly where this Cowboys roster is heading, and whether this team has any shot at making the postseason in 2026. Do not click away. What is going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we cover the Dallas Cowboys every single day, breaking news, roster moves, depth chart analysis, and everything in between. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell right now so you never miss a video. We drop Cowboys content daily, and today's video? This one is major. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the cuts, we need to understand the full picture. Because what's happening with the Cowboys right now in June 2026 doesn't happen in a vacuum. This roster is in the middle of one of the most dramatic rebuilds we've seen in Dallas in years. And to fully understand why these cuts are happening, you need to know how this team got here. Let's go back to last summer. The Cowboys made one of the most controversial decisions in franchise history. They traded Micah Parsons. Let that sink in. They traded their best defensive player, a 4-time Pro Bowler, a generational pass rusher, the most dominant defensive force in the NFC. They sent him to the Green Bay Packers for a package of picks that ultimately became Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, Malachi Lawrence, Devin Moore, and LT Overton. Stephen Jones went on the radio recently and said they feel really good about how that trade worked out. Cowboys Nation? Not everyone agreed. Because here's the harsh truth. In the 2025 season, Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, both now gone from Dallas, combined for 17.5 sacks. Meanwhile, the entire Cowboys defense combined for just 29. Do the math on that. 2 ex-Cowboys accounted for over 60% of what the entire Dallas defense managed. That is brutal. That is embarrassing. And that is the context in which Jerry Jones and Brian Schottenheimer are now making roster decisions. DeMarcus Lawrence left for the Seattle Seahawks in free agency. Osa Odighizuwa was traded to the San Francisco 49ers for a 3rd-round pick. The Cowboys got back compensatory 5th-round picks for losing Lawrence and Jordan Lewis. In one offseason, this defense was completely gutted of its identity. So when we talk about Cowboys cutting star players today, understand, this isn't random chaos. This is a calculated, deliberate roster reconstruction. Whether it works? That's the debate. The Cowboys enter 2026 having added 21 players since the draft began on April 23 alone, not counting the 9 free agent signings before that. 30 moves in one offseason. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer, only in his 2nd year, is betting everything on depth over star power. And now the summer cuts are beginning. So let's get into the 4 biggest names on the chopping block, and why their time in Dallas may be officially over. Name number 1. Jonathan Mingo. Wide receiver. And honestly, this one has been coming for a long time. Let's go back to when the Cowboys actually acquired Mingo. Dallas gave up a 4th-round pick to get this guy from the Carolina Panthers back in 2024. A 4th-round pick. In the NFL, that's not nothing. That's real draft capital. And what did Dallas get in return? 6 catches over 2 seasons. That's it. 6 receptions in 2 years as a Dallas Cowboy. To put that in perspective, and I'm not making this up, analysts and writers covering this team have literally said that a random person off the street with a screen pass or 2 might be able to match half of that production. That's how bad it's been. Now Mingo is entering the final year of his contract in 2026. There is no future here. The Cowboys know it, Mingo knows it, and the entire NFL knows it. When Dallas brought in George Pickens this offseason, that basically ended Mingo's path to any meaningful role on this offense. Think about the Cowboys' wide receiver room right now. You've got CeeDee Lamb, one of the best receivers in football. You've got George Pickens, who is electric. You've got Ryan Flournoy, who has been developing nicely. You've got Cavonte Turpin, who is a weapon on special teams and in the slot. You've got 7th-round rookie Anthony Smith showing serious upside. You've got undrafted free agent Jordan Hudson who looks pro-ready. Where exactly does Jonathan Mingo fit? He doesn't. He can't get on the field because there are simply better options at every level of the depth chart. Multiple projections from Blogging the Boys, Inside the Star, and SI Cowboys are now leaving Mingo off the initial 53-man roster entirely. Some have him as a late cut. Some have him as a practice squad guy for another team in 2027. Here's the thing about Mingo that makes this situation so frustrating for Cowboys fans. He's not a bad player. He's not a terrible human being. He's just a guy who never found his footing in the NFL at the speed and competition level required. He had some flashes in Carolina, which is why Dallas made the move. But in a Cowboys offense built around elite talent, there's no room for a player who produces at the level Mingo has produced. The official cut may not happen until training camp roster cuts in August, but mark my words, Jonathan Mingo will not be a Dallas Cowboy when the regular season begins. His time here is over. The 4th-round pick investment is a sunk cost. Move on. What this means for the Cowboys: they need one of their younger or less proven receivers to step up and fill that WR5/WR6 role during the preseason. Anthony Smith and Jordan Hudson are the names to watch. This is actually a healthy competition and Dallas should embrace it. Grade on this move, A-. You hate losing the draft capital, but keeping a player who contributes nothing just to justify a past mistake is roster malpractice. Moving on from Mingo is the right call. This one is where it gets really interesting. Cowboys Nation. Luke Schoonmaker. Tight end. 2nd-round pick. 58th overall selection in the 2023 NFL Draft. When Dallas selected Schoonmaker out of Michigan in 2023, the idea was simple and exciting. Jake Ferguson would be the T1, the starter, the target, the guy in the passing game. And Schoonmaker would develop alongside him as a big, athletic, pass-catching tight end who could expand the offense. Dak Prescott would have a dynamic 1-2 punch at tight end. That was the vision. 3 years later? The vision never materialized. Schoonmaker has accumulated just 438 receiving yards and 49 catches across 3 NFL seasons. That is a historically underwhelming number for a 2nd-round tight end. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. He has every physical tool. He was supposed to be a nightmare matchup in the red zone. Instead, he's been a ghost. The analysts covering this team day in and day out have been remarkably blunt. Inside the Star, one of the premier Cowboys sites, wrote that Schoonmaker is the most obvious cut candidate on the roster, and that if he's still a Cowboy when the fall arrives, they would be genuinely surprised. Heavy.com has reported that there is real speculation Dallas will either cut him or find a trade partner willing to give up a late-round pick, essentially selling off a depreciating asset before he hits free agency worthless. Here's why this is happening. The Cowboys didn't draft a tight end in this year's draft, but they did something potentially better. They signed 2 undrafted free agent tight ends that are genuinely exciting. The first is Michael Trigg out of Baylor. Dallas paid him $200,000 in guaranteed money, an extraordinary sum for an undrafted player, which tells you exactly how highly the organization thinks of him. Trigg has elite hands, explosive athleticism, and a skill set that projects as a legitimate red zone weapon. The second UDFA tight end is DJ Rogers out of TCU, who was similarly receiving draft-worthy grades before going undrafted. Also in the mix is Brevin Spanford, who has started games in this league and brings reliability. In multiple 53-man roster projections, Schoonmaker is being cut in favor of Trigg. In some projections, the Cowboys are going with just 3 tight ends, Ferguson, Trigg, and Spanford, and leaving Schoonmaker entirely off the roster. This is a devastating outcome for Schoonmaker. He was supposed to be a foundational piece. He's 27 years old. This was supposed to be the prime of his career. And instead, he's being outcompeted by an undrafted rookie who wasn't even drafted. What happens to Schoonmaker if he's cut? He will get calls. Teams will be interested in a 6'5" tight end with NFL experience who is still young enough to develop. But the Cowboys chapter will be closed. What this means for Dallas: it's about embracing youth and upside over proven mediocrity. If Trigg becomes what the Cowboys believe he can become, this will look like a brilliant decision. If Trigg flame out, then Dallas will have wasted a 2nd-round pick and their starting T2 role with nothing to show for it. Grade on this move, B+. High risk, high upside call. Exactly the kind of bold move this organization needs to be making. Now we shift to the secondary, and this is where it gets complicated. The Cowboys currently have 11 cornerbacks on their roster. 11. That is not a typo. 11 cornerbacks. At some point, obviously, that number has to come down dramatically. And when it does, several players are going to get released who otherwise might have found homes on other NFL rosters. The key names on the bubble in this secondary crunch include players like Wanya Thomas, Triqueze Bridges, Josh Butler, Reddy Stewart, and several undrafted free agents from this year's class. Beyond the corner position, the Cowboys are also looking hard at safety depth, linebacker depth, and their reserve offensive linemen. Here's the situation. The Cowboys made aggressive moves in their secondary this offseason. They brought in veteran Kobe Durant, who has starting experience and provides real insurance behind Siobhan Revel Jr. They drafted Caleb Downs, the former Ohio State and Alabama safety, at 11th overall, which was one of the highest safety selections in years. They drafted Devin Moore in the 4th round as a slot corner option. On top of all of that, Darren Bland, their former All-Pro corner who set the NFL record with 5 pick-six interceptions in a single season, is coming back from a foot injury he sustained in January. Bland is reportedly moving well in OTAs and is expected to be ready for training camp in July. His return is a massive storyline. With this much talent piling up in the secondary, multiple depth players who might have survived in a thinner room are simply not going to make it. The Cowboys need to get to 53. The math is brutal for the guys at the bottom of that cornerback depth chart. For the Cowboys, this isn't a weakness, it's actually a strength. Having competition and depth at corner gives Brian Schottenheimer options. The problem last year was that the secondary was a disaster, underprepared, undermanned, and inconsistent. This year, they have numbers. They have talent at the top. The cuts coming out of this group will be players the Cowboys simply don't have room for, not players they want to lose. Great on navigating this group. Dallas is playing the secondary depth game correctly this offseason. This is the most emotionally charged name in this conversation. And I want to handle it carefully, because this situation deserves real nuance. Darren Bland is not being cut. Let me be clear about that up front. Bland is on the Cowboys roster, he is expected to be ready for training camp, and he is projected to play a major role in the 2026 season. But, and this is a huge but, Darren Bland's long-term future in Dallas is very much in question. And the contract situation around him is genuinely alarming. Here's the timeline. Darren Bland exploded onto the scene in 2023. He set the NFL record with 5 interceptions returned for touchdowns in a single season. 5 pick-sixes? In 1 year. He was first-team All-Pro. He was one of the most exciting players in all of football. Cowboys Nation fell in love. Then came the 2024 season, and it was a nightmare for Bland. He dealt with a foot injury that ultimately required surgery in January 2025. He missed significant time. The record-setting version of Bland never really showed up consistently in 2024. And now in 2026, he's on a 4-year, $90 million contract, a deal that looks like it was signed based on his 2023 peak performance rather than a sustainable level of play. Here's where it gets really concerning. The Cowboys are paying Bland a lot of money. And multiple analysts have pointed out that if Bland struggles again in 2026, Dallas would actually save money by cutting him the following offseason with a post-June 1 designation, saving approximately $13 million in cap space. That is a stunning fact. It means that as early as the 2027 offseason, the Cowboys could theoretically move on from their best corner, their record-setting corner, and actually improve their cap situation by doing so.